Yay! We made it.
Yay!
Okay, I'm here.
Yes, you made it.
You made it, Steve.
How long am I going to make it, though?
Oh, that's right. You know, if I could share my Tardos of coffee with you, I would.
Here, let's just take the TARDISes.
Oh, you got a Tardis too.
Mine is bigger. I can offer you some.
These are the competition. They are bigger on the inside.
They are. I say it's more caffeinated on the inside.
There you go. And we
Oh,
can
yeah.
hear the raid where Alesh is.
Yeah,
So is it
we
cooler?
have heavy storms today again. I already hear firefighters are driving around, so
Oh
my
no!
goodness.
Oh,
I had to turn light on. It's 2 p.m. now, 1 p.m. But as you can see, it's dark.
Oh my goodness!
wow.
Wow!
Yeah, Alesh, I was saying earlier, I don't think I've ever seen you inside. You're always in that tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm outside.
Oh, you're still
Oh,
outside.
you're still outside.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's actually nasty where he lives.
Wow.
Is
Amazing.
it at least cooler there now? or is
Yeah,
it-
at least it's not hot today.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay, now I will mute myself so you don't have to listen to the rain.
But it's nice.
I
ambiance.
like it. I like the raid.
Oh, but the white noise might put Steve back to sleep. So
That's true. Very true.
You have 1 hour to entertain me, and then
okay. Well, I've got a quiz for you in the
Actually
middle of it, so
happening,
you
yeah.
have to answer some questions. So there you go.
yes, please throw things at me.
Throw things. No, I don't want to throw.
And so the word of the hangout, this last hangout,
Mm-hmm.
sleep.
Sleep.
That's an excellent
Yeah.
word.
We can all use.
How many E's?
About 15.
Yeah, that's right.
Type that into there we go. We got people typing it into the chat there for
Entries climbing.
the mug or t-shirt prize.
Lord.
Earlier after the 4 a.m. show, I went to get something to eat, and when I came back, my computer was asleep. I thought that was unfair.
They didn't go to sleep and you didn't.
Yes,
You should have taken it as a sign that you needed to have some extra
I
sleep.
did need some sleep.
No. Yeah. Well, I got back late last night. Well, late. I got in time to log in to the 8 o'clock livecast last night.
Okay.
So that was fun being a participant and seeing my name in the draw at the end as it whipped by. I didn't win, but that's okay. But it was neat to see it from the other side, so it was cool.
Very nice.
Yeah, and I actually was able to add a few more to the CC7 of one of our athletes. One of them ventured into Quebec, or one of his relatives did, so
That's awesome.
I was able to add
I
a
was
few
able
more.
to add a marriage last night before I went to bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
All
then
that,
yeah.
all the little bits help.
Yeah.
I did a little bit in each thing. I think I did one thing in each category.
Ah.
over the weekend. Those are my contributions.
I know.
All counts.
Jane's got a good question. If you won something in the last 6 months, are you still eligible for a prize?
Oh, like the bingo
For
rules.
This, yes.
This is not bingo anymore, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
Andy's not here to enforce the rules.
Wow. You know what? We need one more host, and then we can do the Brady Bunch theme.
That's right.
Yes, but we're not in the right position. The boys on one side and the
Yeah, that's right. Well, is there a way? Can you arrange the people?
Yeah.
Who would be the Alice? Or Darren is the Alice.
Oh my goodness. Mm.
A man named Brady.
Yeah.
And Darren's always the one left out. He's the eyeglass-less person of the entire crowd.
Yep.
I know he was saying that he needs to get some.
Even if they're fake ones, even if they're just like
No, hold on to your eyesight as long as possible.
Like,
Halloween
I had-
shop.
for the what is it, the 4 a.m. one?
Mm-hmm.
I almost missed out on it because I had to take my son to get his glasses done. He's got red and black Nike glasses, so he's happy.
Oh.
What do they say, Nike along the side?
No, it's just got the little Nike symbol.
Oh,
The swoosh.
The swoosh.
Yeah. And then it's red and black, and that's his school color. So
Oh, nice.
he's happy choosing it.
But then on the side of the glasses, it would say, "Just see it."
Just see it. Yeah, that's right.
No, it doesn't quite say that, but
Oh.
yeah. So yeah, it's sort of interesting. It's like I don't need glasses, but sort of most of my family does.
Wow.
don't
Wow.
complain.
Yes.
It's okay, Darren. You could be our weird anomaly. It's fine.
Yeah, it was sad when I first started needed glassing, just shortly after I turned 50. It was I took it very hard.
Oh.
Because I always had I had better than average vision. I could see further than, so like I could see the street signs before anyone else could. And so to come all of a sudden to be able to need the glasses,
Yeah.
very, very hard blow to the, I don't know if
notice
that's the right
anything-
word, but a very hard adjustment to make.
Yeah.
Greg, did you notice anything special when you were reading music as opposed to other activities?
Well, it was actually because of music that I realized that I actually needed them, because
Me too. Mhm.
and it actually, because I played the org, I was the organist for a few years in between official music directors, about 10 years ago. And then when we hired a new person at the 10-year mark, I guess it was, because I just turned 50, when we hired him, I went from playing the organ to just being a singer in the choir again. And the because of the way the organ is, you know, the ledge for the music is about like here, and it's the same distance away as my computer is always, and which was the perfect focal length for my eyes. But once I was in the back row singing bass and holding the hymn book, I realized I had to hold it like there, like the end of my arms, and do I have it here? It's a really thick tome, the choir book, and that got really heavy, and I realized this is not sustainable. It was easier for me to read over the alto's shoulder in front of me. So I knew I had a problem, but it was masked. My eyesight had been deteriorating, but it was masked because usually I was at my laptop or playing the organ, and it was at the right focal length, and in bed at night, you know, I didn't have to hold my hands up to hold my iPad to read it, so I didn't notice how far I had to actually do it. So anyways, it was very sad. And anyways, to this day, I still put my glasses down and forget that I need them until I look at something and try to read it.
And see, I had the opposite situation where I wore glasses since I was age 6.
Ah.
I couldn't see the blackboard, and I like to sit in the back of the class because I didn't like to socialize and be a butterfly. But you know, that's different now. I'd be teacher's pet today in a heartbeat. But I honestly could not see what was written on the board. And they're like, "Well, why can't you participate in classes?" I can't see it, and that was like very early on. So there's not a day where I don't wear my glasses because I guess I'm considered illegally blind. You know, I can't drive a car without them or anything like that. So it's just second nature. But yeah, I mean, and someone in the comments was saying, you know, is this a side effect of genealogy? I'm going to say genealogy is probably a side effect of us just being nerds.
All ties together.
Coming to accept the, you know, I don't know, the types of things that we do. You know, if I fall into maybe like a neurodivergent background or something, I don't know if if they go hand in hand, it's a little unclear still. But you know, it's an interesting thing to think about. Yeah. And
So
just
did
to talk
you guys
about orphan stuff in the chat, things like that.
Did you guys enjoy the weekend?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
This is a great idea. I love the mixing of the 3 types of events.
Yeah, you like that?
Oh yeah, very much. I
Those-
wish I'd been able to participate more yesterday, but I did have a good reunion with my university friends, so that was
That's
nice.
good.
Yeah, it was neat to seeing everyone again, and everyone's still recognizable, even after 40 years.
That's good.
Yeah, I have a 40-year reunion coming up next month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really enjoyed having the 3 different events in one like that. That was really great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was exactly the same length as a thon,
Right.
but because of the constantly switching activities and sort of a sense of urgency towards each of the 3 goals, it made it go a lot faster than a thon.
Yeah.
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 Makes sense.
Fresher almost. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's taking the best of all 3 worlds. Like we're specializing in these different thons and challenges.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
I think the important thing for this one is that we're throwing those people into teams that they're not, familiar necessarily with the team members, and they're getting to know them. And now after this event, they'll be able to interact with them in other ways.
Yeah.
So that's building our community
Mhm.
aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the conversations in the Discord channels for the teams were
Oh
really,
my gosh.
they were rich.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was really like they were all in a room together. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
So we're not so much in our little cliques like we usually are within our projects as
Mhm.
much.
It was nice.
It can get clicky when you start getting used to people. You start dividing lines.
Mhm. Just because your comfort level, not
Yeah.
because you intend to, shun others. It's just that people you just naturally talk to more often. Yeah.
Right. It's like,
Mhm.
you're so used to talking to Germany Project. It's like, oh, I don't want to talk to those Italy Project people.
No, it's not like that. Well, maybe some. I don't know. Oh, that's funny. Mhm. And the other nice thing about the 3 different events is that if you're a little weak in one of them, you're not shut out for the whole weekend, right?
Right.
So if you're much better at connecting than sourcing, then there's still a day that you can shine and really participate well in.
Actually keeping track of your changes, which is,
Mhm.
the other thon, you have to go through the tracker and make sure you're keeping track of your changes.
Mhm.
And some people don't want to do that. So then Source-a-thon is like their thing.
Mhm.
Or sorry, no, I mean Connect-a-thon is their
Yeah,
thing because
that's
that's the one that auto tracks. There we go.
We knew what you meant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Take it, flip it, and reverse it.
That's that's it. But the tracker the tracker works really well, and it's pretty. As long as you remember to do it. Yeah.
But if
Well,
some people are like 18 hours without sleep.
Mm.
Well,
It's good that we did that one first.
Exactly. There
Well,
was
everyone's brain cells were still freshish.
there was someone on my team who actually made like a little checklist for the sourcing part, so they wouldn't forget.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
That is smart.
Yeah. What I liked is like I hadn't done really anything on the Wiki Challenge type events, so that was a brand new event for me.
Mhm.
Saying David, he hadn't done any sourcing, so
Yeah. I had the Sorcerer app on both my laptop and my desktop. I have no idea how long they've been sitting there, but I've never used them
Oh, really? But you did this time.
because just the idea of learning something new sometimes can be overwhelming. Once I did it, it was so simple. It's
Yeah.
like, why haven't I been doing this all along? But I see it there. I think, sometime when I have time, I'm going to learn how to do that.
Mm.
And
It was the anxiety of whether or not it was going to work. There's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
impending
And it probably-
doom of wanting to do a thing and then realizing, oh, I should have just done it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I watched one of the hangouts where they showed how to do it, and I'm like, well, I can do that.
I can do that. Yeah.
I mean, someone was saying that in the chat that they're familiar with doing French research now,
Mm.
but they weren't before because this kind of forced them to do that. So I mean, a lot of great points about putting people in positions they're not comfortable with, and now they'll be more likely to do these things in the future.
Yeah.
So if they've never done a Connect-a-thon before, they'll probably jump right in now because they have connecting
Mhm.
experience on this.
Yeah.
So that helps the other events overall too, or those challenges. Challenge pops up, which a challenge could be intimidating to a lot of people because they
Mhm.
don't know what the source is, they don't know what they're dealing with. But now that we had like a miniature version of it, I mean, I think that's going to be a nice little gateway to future events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So appreciate everybody participating and feeling out their new research capabilities.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Liz is also in your camp there, David.
Yeah, I see that.
Mm-hmm. I suspect there's a number of that.
And it always it amazes me also how much
I bought this
as a team WikiTreeers are able to accomplish. There's things that I look at and I think there's no way we're going to be able to do that, and I come back 10 minutes later and it's already done by somebody. Because there's always somebody that knows how to do that one little thing that that I don't.
Wendy says she bought the
Eowyn,
Sorcerer app.
in private chat, I pasted the link you for the totals. You can check it out.
Oh, thank you. Haha, you get to see.
Do you have to pay for the Sorcerer app?
I'm not going to look. Oh, on iOS, there's a fee that that Rob has charged to put it on the store. So he's put a small token dollar value on it, so that he can recoup that basically.
So when she bought it, that is
again, it's just a one-time thing.
Yeah, and it's for iPad and iPhone and yeah.
Right, iOS. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if the Mac OS, if you need to pay for it on there or not.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it is just the iOS.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Apple charges a developer fee, so he just put a nominal fee on it just to help recoup some of that.
Yeah.
It's
I'll buy that for $1.
But that's not for a desktop, right? A laptop.
No. Just for iOS and iPad.
Yeah.
Like iOS, iPad, and iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it works amazing on the on those platforms. So.
It does. Yeah. It really works well. Yeah.
A lot of common names people are running into.
Oh, the AGC. Oh, good. Yeah, because as I had mentioned, that was the first time I used it, the automatic GEDCON cleanup. And then I was using the AutoBio last night when I was adding new connections to my Olympian. Because I guess before I had never started a profile fresh from a sorcerer import. And I always had my own story to narrate because I knew the people or I had done some more research. But the AutoBio is a great starter. I mean, you have to look at it, you have to tweak a few things, but sometimes after. But wow, put in stickers, and it knew that one person was part of a one name study. I mean, things I wouldn't have thought to look for if I was just creating the profile.
And the location categories.
Yeah, the location categories. So again, those are two new features that have been there forever that I hadn't had the experience using.
Yeah, I haven't played with AutoBio. I mean, I've seen the results, and I guess I like control and going through things. Yeah,
I'm the same way. Yeah, and I very rarely start with a blank canvas sort of thing, right? Mm-hmm. But when I was importing from Ancestry, not from Family Search, but when I was importing Ancestry, there was no bio at all. I think in Family Search there was. I don't know if I'm remembering it right or not, but it had the dates and the places from the Ancestry person data, and it had the Ancestry tree link, but that was it. So when I clicked AutoBio, all of a sudden, it formatted the birth date and marriage if I was attaching a spouse. So at least it had a minimal paragraph there, but it also added the category the place templates, the one name study if it was for a couple that had one of those going on.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. The only thing I had to add was like for the marriage, it would play the city name, so Montreal, but I knew that it was All Saints Anglican Church, so I filled in that extra detail and witness, and I could read the witnesses' signatures. The extra stuff that I would normally add anyways. Yeah,
and this is a great thing about the
is good, but you always have to proof it and see if there's anything missing.
Yeah,
but it's usually pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's important to do that step, but I mean, as a starter,
as a starter, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, and
Especially if you already
when I
have.
was using it on my iPad, like in bed last night before I was falling asleep, to type all that stuff out is a real pain.
Yeah.
But you can highlight it and delete the extra stuff that you don't need really quickly.
And like we were talking about yesterday too, it helps if you have all the relationships, connections all made, and then do the auto bio, because then it can really
It has
write a
everything
really
it
nice
needs.
full biography. And yeah, it can clean up an existing profile. So if you run it on, just a bare bones profile, it will rewrite that into a full one. Somebody was
Even one with
asking.
GenCom junk, or does it have to be AGC first?
I haven't used it on a profile that needs AGC, so I don't know about that. We'll have to
I would
test that out.
suspect AGC first is my guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
AGC, then bio builder.
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean, I definitely saw like a lot of the profiles that I was going through last night. That there was like lists of things that I feel like, okay, there's no way she could have typed this up by hand. This all had to be and grab all sources. I imagine you probably did that on a couple of those.
And like Hillary says, yeah, you do need to be confident with the sources. Validate them before you do that. Grab all the sources from the Sorcerer app, and then you can, if you get it in there and you need to take a couple out, you can edit that. But yeah.
But, yeah, I was going to say that the bio is so important, because where the data doesn't give you the stuff like the church or the locations that are very specific, filling all of that in. I even try to indicate which plot that they were buried in the cemetery, so it's not just showing the cemetery. Yeah, so like Find a Grave will sometimes give you the plot information. I copy and paste that line, and then I say they were buried in, and then I put the plot in the cemetery. So that way, whatever reason we lose the Find a Grave, for any reason something happens to that, we still have the plot information.
Yeah.
And then I cite that, and only that will get the Find a Grave citation, nothing else. Because we don't want to cite the birth date, death date.
Yeah, and like
something I've been doing to help build up those profiles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice.
And
then
like
it helps people find them.
And Amy says there that there is a setting in the Sorcerer app where you can say you don't want sources that aren't specific to that person. Like if it's a birth record for the child, you can have it so it doesn't have that added in. So that's the setting on the Sorcerer app.
That makes sense.
David, should we do your announcement?
You want to do that now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be shy.
So, pardon?
Don't be shy. Share with us.
So we have a big project that 3 of our members have been working on over the last couple months that is going to be somewhat of a follow-up to this weekend's summer games. They have, under the guidance of the Notable Sports Project, which is also fairly new, they have created an Olympics project. And this is a massive undertaking that they have been working on. It is, if I recall the correct number, it is actually 86 free space pages that they have put together. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link. Let me grab it here. I can't pull it up, but I can put the link in the chat here for you. So how this works is we have a main Olympics page, and on that page there'll be a number of things, but there's going to be 2 basic boxes. You can go either to the Olympic Summer Games or the Olympic Winter Games. We have a few other things there just for information, but when you go to those games, you're going to have 2 options. Well, let me actually preface this. We have covered the Olympic Games from 1898, which is the first modern games, to 1936, which is the last games prior to World War II, when for 2 sessions they did not hold the games. Is there a question from Stephen here?
There's a question.
It is a unlisted profile.
It is an unlisted. Oh, did I not open it?
I don't
Well,
believe so.
let me do that real quickly. That's easy to do.
Can you?
And that's the proposal page. Is there an actual?
We're going to change the heading, but right now it does say proposal. Yeah, 1 second here. So this is going to cover up to 1936. The other reason we chose that year,
it's open now,
is because there is only one Olympic athlete surviving from the years 1936 and before. Her name is Iris Cummings. She was a swimmer in the 1936 Olympics. She is 102 years old right now. After she left the Olympics, she became a very famous, she was a pilot during World War II, which was not something many women did. And after that, she became a airplane racer. And she's notable for that as well. But she's the only surviving athlete. When you get after World War II, we had lots of living individuals, so that raises other issues. So
Olympics there too.
On either the, well, why don't you scroll down and take a quick look at this page?
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So here's the links to some categories. We'll come back to that. We've got a couple, just kind of for illustration here, just a few notable athletes from the early days.
That's awesome.
But if we go back up to the summer and winter sports, let me show you where we go from here. This is just kind of interesting. Actually, let's go all the way to the top real quickly. And there's the names of our members here.
The commissioners. That's
Yeah,
great.
Maureen Ahern, Kristen Merritt, and Judy Stutz are the 3 that put this all together.
Nice.
So they get all the credit.
It's great work.
Yeah.
And
so if we can go down to either the summer or the winter, let's go to the summer games because it gets better from here.
Well, good question from the
Oh,
audience. Are the
that's
Olympic?
unlisted too. I got to open all these pages. Didn't even think about this. So okay.
So Stephanie is asking, are the Olympians we worked on this weekend included? And I would assume yes.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
We added the category.
Assuming they were from the correct years. So the summer games should be open.
Woohoo! Yeah, we added the categories to the Olympians, which year and whether they were summer or winter.
So you'll see the listing of each of the games with the corresponding flag.
Nice.
And you'll notice on the far right, I guess it's the right looking at your computer. There's 2 columns of green links. We have country links and we have medalist links. If you click on the country, it'll take you to a page that lists all the countries that participated in that year's games. So you can do your research by country.
Nice.
And if you click on any individual country, it'll give you a list of the athletes that participated that year. Or you can go by medalist if you just want to do the top gold, bronze, and silver medalists for each of the sports. So you have 2 ways to do your research, either by country or by medalist.
Wow.
That is so great.
It's a lot of work, David.
Holy Lipton.
They did a ton of work on this.
Beautiful pages.
How long did you say it took you guys to get this all together?
A couple months. Well, we started the sports project. So probably just over 2 months.
Wow.
Wonderful.
That's amazing.
And that's on top of everything you've done for the 15 nation tours during that period.
Wow.
Well, again, I'm giving the credit to the 3 ladies that did this, because I provided some supervision and guidance, but they really did all the work. What happened was each of the 3 of them emailed me independently with an
Oh,
idea
really?
to do an Olympics project. So I put the 3 of them together. I said, I like all your ideas. Figure out how to combine them. That's why we have the medalist and the countries.
Wow.
Those were 2 separate ideas that we merged into one.
And other people can join the project at any time if they want to help, right?
Yeah. So at this point, we call it a project, but this is the overall Olympic project is not going to be an active project. It's going to be more of a stationary place you can go to get information, find links. If you would like to put together a project to work on, say, a specific country or a specific Olympic Games, we can do that.
What about upcoming games like next year's?
Well, we wanted to stay away from the living athletes.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Yeah.
So that's why we stopped. Now we can expand it after World War II as time goes on. There's nothing to stop us from doing that. But we had to come up with some way to make it, man. When the idea was first brought to me, they wanted to do all the way up to the current games, and I said we're not going to do that in 2 months. So we came up with 36 as the cutoff.
Yeah, that's
but there's nothing to stop us from adding and expanding it. But when you get to, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I think, when you're talking ET98, you're talking a couple hundred athletes. When you're talking, 2024, whatever year, I guess that's next year's, you're probably talking 10,000 athletes.
Yeah.
So. Especially when you start getting into all the team sports and that.
Yeah, because watching a procession takes about an hour nowadays, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Wow, and it has all the participants, not just the medal winners, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it has all the participants. So
that's amazing.
So again, you can go to just the medal winners, or you can go to your country and it'll have all the participants from that country.
Which by themselves might be notable just because they're really good at what they do. Maybe they didn't make the Olympic medals, but they're still like this all-star class.
Yeah, a lot of them went on to become professionals or went into entertainment. We had 4 different Tarzan actors on our list that were all Olympic athletes. So,
well, Johnny Westmuller I know, but I didn't know the
Buster Keaton.
Yeah,
and I don't recall the names of the other 2, but
or they became commentators on the side or something.
Yeah, so there's all kinds, and then not all of them are notable.
Who's that famous figure skater guy?
We've got them on there nonetheless, but again, because they're deceased, we can there's not a privacy issue with that.
Did any Olympians become famous genealogists?
That sounds like a good pop-up.
I remember when the British census came out last year. They said they found there was one person who put genealogist down as their occupation in the 1921 census.
Only one? That's hard to believe.
Yeah. And I think it was a visiting genealogist from America who just happened to be there.
Now, I believe, unfortunately, we didn't quite get it completed, but I think they got 60. I had it written down, but I think out of 64 countries, they had all but 18 done. So there's still a couple that are going to take you to either a locked page or to the categories list.
It's a lot. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's a lot of work, but amazing. Oh, I love this stuff. This is great.
And one of the things that fascinates me with Olympic athletes, among others, that so many of them just came from everyday backgrounds, and had their moment of fame, but their life story is I just mentioned to you this Iris Cummings, who was a swimmer. She didn't medal. So, she was not one of the stars of the Olympics, but she went home and, as I said, she became a fighter, not a fighter pilot, but a military pilot during the war, and raced airplanes after that. And so they tend to be people that succeed to the level of being able to enter the Olympics, often have a lot of other successes under their belt.
Of course, because just to get to be an Olympic athlete needs grit. And then
there's a mindset that has to go with it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Was she American, David? Irish?
She was American. She was from Los Angeles.
Or is she? I'm sorry.
She is. Yes, she is. Yes.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Don't mind me. I'm just all good.
Well, it looks like people are very excited about this. Congratulations, David, and everybody else who contributed to it.
I'll go through and unlock everything. I didn't, like I said, I didn't think I think most of it should be unlocked, but we'll go through and make sure.
I was waiting to see how long it was going to take for you to notice, but I had to say something.
And Maureen is the one that came up with the idea for the original start to the Wiki game, so that's awesome.
Yeah, Maureen took a good leadership role in this.
Brilliant. Did you notice Tara in this chat is related
to? I wondered why Maureen was always emailing me in the middle of the night, and I just found out she's from New Zealand.
Oh, here we go.
I would explain it.
Yeah, and John Tyner also said that he had a cousin who is
okay.
But don't forget, when you're on that category page, you can go in the upper right-hand corner.
We're all cousins.
If you don't think you have an Olympian in your tree,
right.
You can search the connections.
Yeah, we just did that before we started the Hangout, and I checked the WikiGames category, my connections, and I've got one that's what was it, third cousin 4 times removed or something?
Yeah, that's right. That's pretty close.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
That's pretty close, third cousins, because I know my third cousin by hand.
Me too.
And yeah, you would only be about 6 generations away from them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Share like a great grandparent or a second great grandparent.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's like second or third.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Judy, thanks for mentioning that. Yes, give the video a thumbs up. We really appreciate that.
You
say one more thing on the
you
on
have
the Olympic?
also users report for CC7.
Got it.
On the Olympic page, I just wanted to say also it's going to be connected through the sports page, which is connected through the notables page. So if you go to the notables project, there'll be a sports link. From the sports link, you can collect on the Olympic page if you don't remember the.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent, David. Fantastic.
Should we do the tree quiz? And then it'll probably be about time to do the awards.
Well, Lesh said he has some stats for the CC7. Does he want to share those now or?
No.
No. Okay. Okay, then. He doesn't want to share those. Okay, then we can do the tree quiz because I do have a tree quiz again today.
And I'll just say while Greg's getting that up, we have 54 entries for the drawing, but we have 72 people on type sleep in the chat.
The faster you type sleep, the faster we can sleep.
Okay. There we go.
I'm watching you.
It's actually the same URL as yesterday.
Cool. I hope I do
I
better.
made a copy of the questions from yesterday, so we can go back to that one at some point, or if you're interested, I'll post the 2 versions. But I reused the same URL. So I'll give you time to do it now. There's a few more questions, and I apologize to our more international audience because the theme for this one are the national trees or the state trees of the United States. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be more difficult for people who are for Darren is more difficult for me. There's one that's really obvious, and I actually gave the answer during, if you paid attention to the tree stats throughout the weekend. And I think many people will get this one right. And there was a second one. There's 9 altogether. There's a second one that makes sense to me when I just think about the location of the states and what I know about that area, whatnot. But then some of them, that kind of makes sense when you see it afterwards. It makes kind of sense, but a lot of them I was surprised at, or I wouldn't have known.
You say the non-Americans are going to have a harder time, but it's not as if we Americans are real well versed on our short trees.
Oh gosh, Greg, I think I'm going to do worse on this one.
Well, it's a much harder one. It is a much harder one. For
Not
sure.
know trees. I do not. Oh.
It's kind of fun to see the states that have chosen the same one.
I know, and so that was one of the things I was able to do. I thought, when I first started putting it together at like midnight, just before I was drifting off, I was thinking, I'm getting tired. But if I don't do it now, I won't be able to do it in time before when I wake up. So, and I noticed that some had overlapping ones, so I just put all the names of the states and some of them chose the exact same tree, and some chose different versions of the tree.
I should not have opened up that link. It's now going to freeze my computer.
Yeah. Oh, did we put the link in the chat? Let me do that now if it's not already there.
Okay.
There we go. 0 to 9. Oh, Liz, I'm sorry. You weren't paying attention because I gave one of these answers away for sure during one of my tree stats.
I did do better.
Oh, good.
By one.
Okay, well, yay, David, you got one educated guess. Good.
Yeah, I think I can get one.
Yeah.
What about Liz is saying I needed the Canada question? Yes, and I have the Canada mug this morning.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
But do the provinces in Canada each have a tree?
That's a good question. Let me Google that. Yes, we do. Oh man, I should have added those. Oh, next Olympics. But then there's only 10 to choose from. Oh well, let's see. 1, 2. 2 are pines. 2 are birches. A fir, spruce. It looks like they all chose evergreens in Canada. That's hilarious. Ontario is the white pine. Yeah. There's a white birch, a yellow birch, a balsam fir. Oh, it doesn't say what's. Oh, I know. I guess birch isn't a birch is not an evergreen. Balsam fir, spruce, couple spruces. Oh, and Prince Edward Island has a northern red oak tree. Nice. The Northwest Territories, their provincial tree or territorial tree is a tamarack, which is interesting, and it looks like it's sort of a evergreenish.
Okay. We have learned so much about trees this weekend.
I know.
Well, thank you, Greg, for the education.
Well, I wasn't allowed to read individual scores or country scores or anything like that, so I had to come up with something else. So now, are we going to, for next year's version, are we going to go with trees again, or are we going to use a different organizer? I guess we have to decide. Right?
I decide, but I think we'll keep the same teams.
Then I'll have to dig deeper to figure out what I'm going to do for stats. Okay, have I given everyone enough time to do the quiz? I'm seeing some scores in here. 8 out of 9, Katie. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I know.
That's very impressive. I'm gonna have to pull up my answer sheet now just to make sure that. Hold on there. There we are. There's my answer sheet. Okay.
Oh, good. I didn't know how long I had to keep waving.
What's that?
Oh, well, my computer crashed when I tried to open up that link.
Oh no, that's a bummer.
Because StreamYard.
Because StreamYard. Okay.
I was not going to get any of those questions right.
No.
Maybe one with California. If it's as obvious as I think it is, but I can't be certain.
Is it David? Is it obvious?
It should be obvious.
His response indicates no.
Wow. Mary Schleppy, 8 out of 9.
I saw that in the chat.
That's
Way to
incredible.
go, Mary.
Wow. Okay. Let me now. I think I'm all set to show.
Kitty says the Australian states don't have trees, but they have a state fossil. Who knew? What's the state fossil?
Fossil?
Yeah.
Wow.
That kind of language.
Wow. Okay.
Tammy, I also got my home state wrong, so don't feel bad.
Oh. There we go. The tree quiz number 2. Let me hit add to stream. There we go. And again, you all got the same 9 questions, but they're in different orders. I actually created the questions in alphabetical order and then realized, oh, well, that's going to be a dead giveaway. So I swapped them up. But I did leave the answers, the options in alphabetical order because that just would have made it too difficult. So this was the first one that, well, no, not the first one. This one surprised me because I did not know what the answer was. And the answer I thought it was a tree for a different state. So the official tree of Mississippi is in fact the magnificent magnolia, which surprised me because I thought magnolia. I was thinking Georgia or somewhere there, but
hey, Azure, that's our team.
What's that?
It's Azure and Mi's team. Mi's team? No, that's not words. It's still early.
It's still early. Okay. New Hampshire is a birch tree.
Oh.
Now, Awen, did you get this one right?
Which one?
Utah, the official tree of Utah.
Did I? I'm looking to see if I got it right. I guessed. I got it wrong.
Oh, okay. Because you were saying that you had aspens just outside your window, didn't you?
No, cottonwoods.
Oh, cottonwoods.
And I live in New Mexico.
Right. I know you live in New Mexico, but I thought for some reason I thought you had said aspens.
No,
so I thought
cottonwoods.
you might. Anyways, well, my mistake. Sorry about that. But it's Utah aspens. So there we go. And now this is one of those cool ones. What type of tree is the official tree of Alaska, Colorado, and South Dakota? And I said type of tree because all 3 of them have 3 different versions or flavors of this type of tree.
Conifer, probably.
Conifer.
They're a type of conifers, yes. But it's not actually, no tree is called conifer, but in some sense,
you can
conifer and be correct in a lot of these. Right?
Fir tree?
It's not actually a fir tree. It's a spruce.
A spruce is a kind of conifer?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, isn't it isn't it? It's coniferous. Right? So the Alaska has the Sitka spruce as its official tree. And then let's see, where else? Colorado has the Colorado blue spruce, appropriately enough. And South Dakota has the Black Hills spruce. So
it's a little bit darker and very black.
Right.
Hills.
Yeah. Now, this is the one that I thought was the easy one, and this is the one I did give the answer away to during the tree stats, and that is, of course, the remarkable redwood.
I did get that one.
Was obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In fact,
that was
it's
the one
interesting.
I wouldn't known.
Is that the one you got?
No, I didn't complete the quiz.
But you would have. You would have got that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact,
would've got
California has 2 official trees, and they're both redwoods. One is the coast redwood, and the other one is the giant sequoia.
Yeah.
The sequoias, yeah.
Mhm.
Sequoia dendrum giganteum. So, so interesting. They two trees, but they're both redwoods. So there you go. Now this is the other one I was talking about. If you know something about the area and what kind of tree would grow there, these all have in common. New York, Rhode Island, Vermont, West Virginia, and Wisconsin all have this type of tree.
And I can't tell you living in Wisconsin.
I'm embarrassed I missed this one. Okay.
Oh, really?
Well, it would
I
have to be
did.
maple.
Maple.
It's the Canadian tree.
But I'm never going to forget that. I don't know where I'll use this piece of information.
Northern,
in there.
It's a northern deciduous forest tree. Then,
yeah, if you took Vermont out, I probably would have missed it. But
because of Vermont, you got it. Yeah. And in fact, specifically, New York, Vermont, West Virginia, and Wisconsin are all sugar maples. And the only exception is Rhode Island has a red maple as its official tree.
I mean, it's so funny because Rhode Island, their motto is the ocean state. And I just don't, it's very tiny, and I just don't think, I went to college there. I don't remember ever seeing a maple.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Very interesting.
what's the highest point? Is that where all the trees are? Like in the back part of the state where it touches Connecticut or something?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you can drive through the state in like 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, eh? So that's the maple. I guess I should check that out.
There's only like, what, 2 counties in it?
I don't know. I'm sure there's more than 2. But
so Massachusetts and North Dakota.
Interesting that they share.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about a distance apart.
And they're both the exact same brand of exquisite elms. Yeah, they both have the American elm, Ulmus americanus, as their official tree.
I love that you're throwing in the scientific names.
Well, when they're really fun to say, how could you not, right?
Next thing you know, I'll be talking about the Flora colossus.
The Oregon. Oh, not Oregon. Oregon.
you'll get us to say it right eventually, Asher.
Okay, no worries.
But it's O-N at the end. Oregon. No. Oregon. Okay. No, I didn't mean to click superseders. It's not actually superseders. Fur. It's the Fantastic Furs. Yes.
Being superseded by the Fantastic Furs.
That's right. It's fantastic. Oregon. Well, I've finally trained myself to say sure instead of shire when I'm pronouncing the English counties. So I can do Oregon if I remember. That's right. So this is a neat one because this is two different types of the same tree, and one is the eastern version and one is the western version.
Cedar.
Yeah, I'd go with cedar.
That is a good guess, but not the right answer.
That'll be some sort of Christmas tree.
Is that a Christmas tree?
I bet the eastern one's in Washington State.
No, they're in the side that you would
Okay.
expect. So the eastern version is in Pennsylvania, and the western version is in Washington. And I actually said Washington State because I didn't want anyone to be confused with DC. And
because geography is confusing.
Well, I did have a question about Mississippi I was going to ask, and then I was embarrassed, but I'm going to ask now since you're talking about geography. Does Mississippi, because I'm not exactly sure, not being a good Canadian, I'm not sure where all of the states are exactly. But where, Mississippi is such a long river, where is the state in regards to the river? Is it the very bottom?
The west side of Mississippi is
Louisiana.
But it comes, it's where it meets the...
So Alabama, the border of Alabama is a straight line on the east. The west border is the Mississippi River, which borders Louisiana, Arkansas, and those are the states that it touches. And then Tennessee is on the north. That's
the south is the south is water, right?
And the south is Biloxi.
And the Gulf.
And the Gulf.
Yeah, it touches the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought, I don't know. I guess I thought it was in the middle of the river, not at the bottom of the river, which is why this Magnolias surprised me, because I didn't realize it was.
And it's funny, it has that little notch that touches the Gulf, but most of the state is, not touching the water. Most of it's landlocked. It's just for that little snippet that sticks out right next to Alabama, which also has that little snippet down there too, where Mobile is.
Because I knew Louisiana is right. Is on the Mississippi, right?
Right. Louisiana sits in the way, so most of that's actually touching the Gulf. But
so that's what I thought. That's where I thought the river came out.
It's like 30 to 50 miles where Biloxi would be. That hits the beach. That's hitting the shore.
So this must be hemlock then.
It is in fact the hemlock. We've the eastern hemlock for Pennsylvania and the western hemlock from Washington. Yes. Good one.
Well, I I was born in Oregon, and then I spent a lot of time the rest of my life in Washington. So,
It wasn't hemlock what Socrates took that ended his.
That's right. Yes, and that's why when we did the tree stats about the hemlock, it gets its name because when you crush the needles, they smell like that poison, but they're not actually connected to the poisonous plant at all. That the only connection is the smell. So they're not related.
Okay.
Yeah. And my mom worked at a tree nursery when I was growing up too. So I learned a lot about trees when I was a kid from her.
You became a mini botanist.
There we go. So we did get 9 out of 9. Woohoo!
Oh, yay!
And let's see all the other responses. There we go.
All over the place.
All over the place. But you know what? The most popular, or the most popular is the correct answer. Was New Hampshire birch? Yeah, I think so. Elms, yeah. Oregon for. You got it right.
Oregon.
Oh, look at this. Oh, this was close, but it was actually the spruces were the right answer. This one. So, oh, look at this. This is fairly evenly. And this is the hemlock, right? Yeah. 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 They still Mississippi Magnolia. Now a lot of people knew more about Mississippi than I did, obviously. The maples. Oh, look at this. Yes.
Yep.
And there are your tree stats.
Wow, this was like a dual lesson in geography and botany.
He always finds a way to make us think.
Oh, that's right. Oh, and let me just say the scientific name for the eastern hemlock is Tsuga canadensis. So I got Canada in there too.
I'm gonna just let you do your thing.
You can sleep soon, Steve. We're almost time for the closing ceremony. Wow, I really stretched that out, didn't I?
We have another hour to go.
Is it time to draw a winner?
Oh,
that would be good to do right now.
Okay. All right. So we have 81 people and we have 60 entries. Ooh. So I'm going to move my cursor slowly.
Do it now.
Give you a chance
do it now.
In
type sleep.
Do it now.
Okay.
Almost there.
5,
61,
4,
3.5,
2, 1, and I'm drawing.
Away! It's still clicking.
Oh my gosh! Yay, Ellen!
Congratulations! Yay!
Oh no! She has to go to work. Is she still there, or is she gone?
Well, I think we agreed that was okay if you were.
I know, but it'd be nice. It'd be nice if she was actually here to see that her name was drawn.
I will let her know.
That's funny. Cool. And what team's she from?
I don't know.
I don't think she's one of our marbles people.
A super seeder.
Super seeders.
Hey, Martin!
Yay!
Yay.
Congratulations.
Nice. Welcome. Natalie just arrived in time for the final ceremonies. So
She's on the super seeders, it says.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
Are we ready?
She found out she has YouTube on in the car.
Yeah.
Everyone's holding their breath.
Yay! Don't drive safely.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe she had Siri quote or respond to us. You know, hey Siri, please type.
Yeah.
We're going to assume you're at a traffic light, Ellen, when you sent that.
You could still get a ticket in Ontario if you're even if you're at stopped at a traffic light.
Oh, yeah, have
That's
here too.
hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. TV shows haven't caught up to that reality yet, have they?
No.
You see them using their phones in cars all the time.
So much illegal activity happening on the screen.
Alesh, did you have any stats you wanted to share before we do the actual winners? No.
He's
Can
muted.
you hear us over the rain? He said it was really loud there with the rain.
There we go.
Okay. I don't think I can really present anything because it's such a heavy rain at the moment. I had to move inside.
Oh. All right. Should we do the awards?
Yes.
Sure.
Can I
Do
do
it.
them?
Do we have the
Yes.
closing parade of athletes?
No.
Definitely.
We can do the opening one again.
Oh, that one was so wonderful. And it didn't take the full hour.
I have my gold medals to.
David's got his gold medal.
Gold medal.
All right. Let's start with the slalom. The sourcing slalom. Do you guys want teams or individuals first?
Teams.
Teams.
Teams?
Then let them figure out amongst themselves who's the winner in their team.
Oh.
All right. So it was very close for third place in the sourcing slalom. It was a difference of 17 between third and fourth place there. But third place with 1,048 goes to the Collaborative Conifers.
And they were very collaborative.
Very
They
collaborative.
were. Yeah, see?
And collaborative clapping for the
Collaboration works.
I'll clap.
And
Also
then
this sport, right?
second place for the sourcing slalom with 1,204 are the Charming Chestnuts.
Oh, nice.
And first place, gold medal in our first ever sourcing slalom, Exquisite Elms.
Is it?
They
Way to
had
go.
1,993.
Wow.
So they
That's
almost
amazing.
hit
Almost
2,000.
2,000.
And now we have to play the national anthem of the Elms.
I know.
Oh,
That would
yeah,
be
we didn't
funny.
pick out a national anthem. That's good.
No, we should have
Oh.
next year.
Next
Nick
year.
here, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so individual winners for the sourcing slalom. In third place, we have Alan Entwistle with 535.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just slightly ahead of him in second for silver is J.P. Menchaca,
Oh,
570.
that's very good.
Excellent.
So that was close between second and third. And then in first place of the sourcing slalom, gold medal goes to Ben Couch. He had 951.
Wow.
Wow. Great
That
job.
That
is
was
impressive.
Broke the 1,000 alone.
solid win there.
Wow.
Oh wait, the judges have a word they need to review. They need to look at the results.
So
Very
good
cool.
job on the sourcing slalom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, were the three individuals, were they on one of those three top teams? Or were they in other teams?
They were on those teams.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking if we're going to be able to see our
Yeah.
own scores.
We will. We'll put them up.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a positive correlation then that generally the teams that do better are going to have the people that do better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but sometimes, when you could have a lot of fourth, if you had the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh place winners, your team could vault ahead.
Yeah.
Right, if
And
you have all those people clustered together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben was on the Exquisite Elms.
Mm-hmm.
And Alan Entwistle was a Spruce, so he actually wasn't in one of the top three teams.
Oh, there you go.
And Jay was a chestnut, Charming Chestnut.
Sure.
He was. So two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Two teams did. One team did.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So that's the slalom. Great job, everybody who works on
Nice.
those.
Yeah.
Oh, and the total for that, which we've said before, but it's 11,684.
Mm-hmm.
Great
That's
job,
So
everybody.
Really, really great job.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So
Yeah.
wonderful for the overall tree health.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
1 million minus eventually get there,
That's right.
early but slowly.
Mhm.
All right, cross country connecting. Let me pull that one up here. All right, so third place, bronze medal in cross country connecting goes to the Exquisite Elms with 1,384.
Okay.
Yay, Elms. And then the silver medal for Splendid Spruces.
Woo!
They had
Nice.
1,416. And it was super close between first and second on this one. There's a difference of 17.
Wow.
Wow.
Mm.
So gold medal with 1,433. Charming Chestnuts.
Nice.
These names are starting to sound familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't know if we would have big differences on all three,
Mm-hmm.
or if it would kind of all be the same. But I think you're seeing a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
those tiny differentials,
Yeah.
they remind you that every little bit counts.
everyone
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah.
In a couple of our hangouts, people mentioned that they're not going to be able to contribute very much, but that's just 17. That's all it
17,
takes.
Yeah.
17. Yeah.
for sure. All right, and then the individual winners for the cross country connecting, third place with 532 is Ben Couch
Okay.
Yes.
from the
That's
Elms.
another familiar
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, they're gonna sound familiar. Second
sounds
place,
familiar.
silver medal goes to Jam and Chaka,
Ah.
622.
Did they reverse? Did they flip
Yeah,
the
that's
order?
right.
Yeah, they shuffled. And then first place, if you
Yes.
can't guess it, is Alan Entwistle from the Spruces, and he had 873.
Nice.
Was he one of the three?
He
Yeah.
was one of the three. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no, they
shuffled
actually
around.
reversed. They actually all reversed position.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And
funny.
our grand total on that one was 12,698.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
Great job, everybody.
Very
Yeah.
awesome job. And then let's go back here for the CC7.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now this is going to have something different. Yes, this is
It's
going
got to
to
be different.
Uh,
I mean, it's cool if it's the same people. I mean, it's still cool for the record,
okay,
but
so third place for the CC7 Wall Climb is with 808. That was how many profiles this team added. Were the Charming Chestnuts.
Oh.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Second place, this was close. There was only a difference of 30 with 838. The Glorious Ginkgos.
Yay!
And then first place with 963, the Splendid Spruces.
Yeah.
Bruce's again.
do we know who the profiles were that they selected or what was
And-
used for those metrics?
That was
And
how
here
many
the
profiles
fourth
were added.
place was the third and fourth place were only one profile
One.
apart.
One profile apart.
No.
Fourth place had 807 profiles added.
Yep.
And what were they?
Oh.
Gotta give them an honorable
That
mention.
was the
And
Yep.
Which one?
Elm.
The
Elms.
elms?
Elms.
Yep. So there's the teams for that one. And then individuals for the CC7 Wall Climb.
Let me guess.
In the third place, bronze medal, JP Menchaca.
Yay, Jay!
He added 245.
Sometimes you just get people in the Olympics that win everything, right? This is just like the real Olympics.
I think he also won a mug, so that makes him a
Oh
four-timer.
my
He
goodness.
did. He did. I was on that hangout.
Wow.
And
We have a
then
Michael Phelps in the crowd.
second place, Jody Rogers.
Yay!
Oh, that's great.
Yay!
She had 413. And then first place in that one was Alan Entwistle.
Alan Wessel.
She had
Yeah.
441.
Taking home the gold.
Congratulations.
Wow.
And then Alesh was able to rank the teams overall.
Ooh.
And so the overall team bronze would go to the Exquisite Elms.
Mm-hmm. Yay, Elms.
Okay.
Silver goes to the Splendid Spruces.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And gold is those Charming
Charming
Chestnuts.
chestnuts.
They're just so
Charming.
charming.
Charm will get you very far, apparently.
Yes, that's great.
Charm, that's where it's at.
Wow.
Very charming.
Triple crown. And congratulations to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, really great. Really, really great job.
Outstanding efforts. over
I
the
think we
weekend.
can now publish the URL or with scores.
Yeah,
Sure.
I will. I'm going to do highlights and you can post it too.
Oh yeah, they're frothing at the mouth. They want.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
It's hard to not have anything to follow over 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
But this
Yeah.
was fun.
Mhm.
And
You have to dig deep to find stats.
You succeeded.
Or they're like private messaging you, be like, "Hey, bro, can I see the stats?"
Yeah, that's great. Oh.
And of course, I mean, it's the first time we've ever done this event, so now we have some metrics on it. You know, we have something to compare to next year. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we can make adjustments or what have you, and
Yeah.
you know, and I certainly will make sure to participate a little bit more next time.
Well, Azure made some. We talked about the winners, but Azure also made some slides so that we can show off the top person from each team for each event.
Oh.
so here's the sourcing slalom.
Nice.
Great job, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah, really good.
we don't know which person goes to which team.
Which team? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But I can.
I'm
But
sure
these
we
are
can
the-
get a nice little Excel sheet spread up for this.
Mhm.
And then here's the cross country.
Hey,
Darren.
Hey, yeah, Darren.
Oh, nice.
There's someone you know.
Plus some people in the chat.
Well, we'll eventually get to know all these people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bruce is there. I'm pretty sure I could identify a few others.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's the CC7.
Pretty good mix.
Yeah. Snow 2128. That's from our team. Chet, I think.
Oh,
From
that's
the Marvelous
Chet.
Maples.
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
Oh, Chet Snow?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm.
Way to
I
go,
just pulled up my roster at the last one, so I'm trying to figure out, okay, which one is from...
Christina's on there. She says, "Yay me!"
Christine.
Good job, Christine.
Well, there's a few yay me's.
Yeah,
Good job,
that's
Pete.
Well, we'll get those published. We'll do a highlights post. There's also going to be a GGG post a little later today, just asking for feedback so that we can improve next year. So tell us the things you liked, didn't like. Be nice.
So, question from the chat. David is asking why we're not mentioning the Olympian names. I thought that was the basis of the scoring.
For the overall. Oh,
For the
I didn't see
CC7.
that one.
Wall climb.
One moment, please.
So maybe we're still getting to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, they're frothing at the mouth. They want these stats.
I want more stats. Yes.
Just all the stats.
And what's the true side?
Hold on. They're not in.
We should just give them URL and they can have a look.
There.
Or we should give Greg the URL.
Well,
yeah, you guys just have to deal with that.
I think there was one that was over 6,000, and that's for the total CC7.
Oh, wow.
So
then a couple of 5,000 something.
the number one Olympian was Tuck 1433 from the Chestnuts.
That 143 new profiles added.
648 profiles were created for.
Oh, okay.
And then, sorry, it's not in numerical order, so I have to scroll. And then the second Olympian would be from the Glorious Kikos. That's Strelo 86. They had 582 profiles added. And third would be, where did it go? I just saw it. From the Elms, LaCroix 683. They had 527 profiles added.
Cool.
So those would be the top three by Olympians.
And sorry to disappoint Liz, I'm not planning a 3-hour debrief with the stats. I don't think anyone wants that.
Hilarious. I would watch it.
I'll do 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. We'll do 2 hours.
Liza says highest total CC7 was Etienne Beertz Desmateau with over 6,500.
Yeah, 6,751.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from Quebec.
Great stating what you stated.
And
He's
that
from
was
where?
the
Quebec.
that was the Super Speeders that had that one.
Yeah, we don't. The Marvelous Mipples. We got at least one of our Olympians connected to the global tree. I'm not sure if all four got connected, but one I was working on did for sure.
I know the Poplars got all 4 connected.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the teams did.
I think by now the unconnected icon should disappear on the connected Olympians, because the connection finder did update a few hours ago.
How many participants did we have in the CC7 wall climb?
Oh yeah, we didn't. We said that for the other two.
Yeah, it was 208. Was it 218 and 219?
Yeah,
219 for sourcing and 218 for connecting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Was it like 225 for the CC7 wall climb? It looks like participants.
Nice.
Well, that's good. At least we went up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine some people are busy on Friday or Saturday, so then they're able to contribute on Sunday.
But somehow I think that Sundays people just sort of drop off because they're so tired and whatnot. But this, again, is probably because there's 3 different events, you know.
Yeah.
People are fresh.
Or you can be on the right side of the world where it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, Monday, that's right.
So it's like probably in New Zealand and Australians, they wouldn't have been able to do much in the CC7 one if they're working. So
That's
sort of
true.
it all balances out.
Yeah.
It all does, yeah.
Christine says all 4 Olympians on the Birches are connected. So that's great.
Nice.
That is so cool.
That's
Very
great.
cool.
Yeah.
I think our team has like 1 out of 3 Azure. When I double checked it, at least last night is when I checked it, and it wasn't indicating connections on 3 of them.
Yeah. I was keeping track of the New Zealand profiles, and I think only one of them is not connected.
Oh, okay.
And he goes to his family comes from the Netherlands, so yeah, there was I think it was the Hemlocks had that profile, and one of the person there is like, oh, I think I'm getting connection, and it's like dead end, and he goes back and checks another one.
Yeah. Actually, the Magnolia's got all but 1 connected to the tree, looks like.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay. Then I didn't see that update.
Yeah.
I know there was a really big connection that, you had made last night, and then that opened up like a whole new window of profiles. But some of them were still in the process.
The first had originally picked one that we were going to work on, and that's the only one that we didn't wind up connecting. You know, up with the lowest CC7, so it's a good thing we didn't stick with that plan.
Yeah.
Congratulations on Amy's.
If it says how many degrees I'm away from someone, that means they are connected, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like all 4 of ours are connected.
Yeah.
Nice.
2 of them are cousins. Distant. My 24th cousin.
It counts. It's just a 1500 era ancestor instead.
That's right. 1224.
Turns out the one that I was working on is a 9th cousin.
That'd be like...
So that's kind of fun.
That's cool.
What would be 24th cousin? Is that more like pushing 1300 for like a time frame?
Well, 1224.
Oh, 1224. Oh, the year 1224.
The year 1224.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, actually, the average year is 1200 because the grandmother was born in 1224. The great-great-great-grandfather was born in 1186. So you average those 2 and you get more math. I'll stop.
I'm not approved to work on. I don't have free 1500 profiles yet.
I know one of my Olympians, his wife is a direct descendant back to 1022 or something like that. Someone there was a squire to one of the kings.
Oh, neat.
The person who checked that line, they said, some of these profiles aren't well sourced.
Yes.
So it's like, interesting.
Yeah, that's right.
Very cool.
Very
great job.
Excellent job. And thanks to all the organizers. You guys did a wonderful job to put all this
thanks
together.
to all of you for hosting. That makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
You guys are all great. Tree stats. I mean, tree quizzes. Good stuff. David, Olympic project. Super awesome.
I'm eating cheese curds at like midnight on live YouTube television.
Yeah. But it was great, and it was just absolutely delightful to watch the Discord conversations and to see the collaboration and just the conversations there, and everybody you guys just were fantastic. So
it was a lot of fun.
That's why I love WikiTreeers.
They're the best.
Yes, and the good thing is that trees are a lot better now than it was 3 days ago.
72 hours ago, for sure. Yes.
Yes,
Excellent.
much better. Any final words? Do we miss anything?
I think it's time to take advantage of that
Wait.
word of the hour.
Get
Yeah.
some sleep.
Video again, were you?
What's that?
You weren't playing that Procession video again, were you, Alan? As a closer to
I
the
wasn't.
game? No. Everybody go home. We'll see you in
Go
4
home.
years.
4 years. No,
No,
not that long. Don't waste.
Oh, we'll see you before then.
Mhm.
No, our
Oh,
wiki games
right.
are annual, right?
Do you have a movie stop for it?
Immediate
Immediate
stop.
stop.
That's right. We're gonna take
My
parade.
coat back on. We'll do some interviews here. So how was it in the games?
What was your winning strategy?
Well, so let me just throw this out there really quick. Is just a couple people have mentioned. Well, next year I think for sure we'll take a break between the end and the closing ceremony so that we can really have a good handle on the stats
Yeah.
and the numbers and stuff. But we could do a follow-up video to this and maybe have some of the winners come in and, Greg maybe would come back and do some, official stats and we could show off some of the Olympians. And so would you guys want a follow-up like that? Would you watch it?
That would be fun.
Sounds good.
shall we have a pets video?
Yeah.
Did you get any
There's
more?
lots of pets
selfies
getting
from-
shown.
Any more people had selfies at the last minute that we didn't see?
Oh yeah, there's I think there's like 70 or 70, 69 or 70 images on that selfies page. So yeah.
Yeah, so many selfies.
Yeah, and I saw people were taking selfies with their trees, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
That is neat.
You missed
who
the last
did
thing out, Greg. I was in the park and just walking around, and there's trees going around behind me.
Ah.
And of course, I have no idea
Did we
what
walk
trees they are.
Oh, okay.
Made it sound like the trees were going behind you, like they were moving.
That's right. They were
Are
stalking.
they in?
Were they ants? Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
There were a lot of yeses to that, so we'll do it.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Well, then I'm going to call an end to these games.
Oh,
Okay.
you're officially closing them. Yes.
Put
Hey.
your finger down. The games are over.
That's right.
Azure,
Extinguish
take
their
us away.
flag.
Bye.
Bye,
We're
everyone.
still-